Maine voters have legalized marijuana. Now the question is, when will it officially become legal? There's a proclamation on Governor LePage's desk right now that okays recreational marijuana, but the governor hasn't signed it yet, and even if he doesn't, as he has threatened, the proclamation goes into effect at the end of the month. What happens after that? News Center's Dustin Bukowski explains.
There you are, bent over the table, painstakingly reading every line of Maine's 30-page Marijuana Legalization Act. But after digesting over 13,000 words, you may be wondering, so when can I actually get this stuff anyway?
In the end of January, marijuana will be legal for adults 21 and over. They'll be able to possess up to 2.5 ounces of marijuana, and they'll be able to grow a limited number of plants at home.
Seems simple, right? Wrong.
Turns out Maine state legislature could modify any part of these 30 pages they want, but doing that might not be so popular with voters.
We think that would really run counter to the will of the voters, so we would really fight that. I don't expect that to happen. It hasn't happened in other states.
Here's what the pro-marijuana policy writers are giving for their expected timeline. By the end of January, you'll be able to possess or give someone up to 2.5 ounces of marijuana. You'll also be able to have a certain number of marijuana plants at your house. By 2018, the pot supporters hope the legislature will have okayed rules and regulations for the marijuana businesses and social clubs. That's when you'll be able to buy pot at a store. In the interim, medical marijuana dispensaries might be allowed to sell pot.
Given that Colorado was the first state to do this and they had stores up and running about a year later, we think that 1 year is pretty reasonable for Maine to do it.
Okay, great. This sounds pretty straightforward. But surprise, there's more.
Each municipality will be allowed to set its own rules and regulations for marijuana. Even if the state allows it, cities and towns could decide to ban it on their own. The pro-pot folks won't necessarily stand in local leaders' ways either.
We totally respect the rights of towns to make those decisions about whether or not or how marijuana businesses should be in their community.
The bottom line is we only have a rough idea how this will play out. Either way, there's plenty of time for you to read up on all 47 terms in the law, like unreasonably impracticable. In Portland, Dustin Bukowski, News Center.